FAFSA applications open for college aid. October marks the open date for the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, and college-bound students should submit the application as soon as possible. Completing the FAFSA allows you to be considered for federal, state, and school-based aid. In addition, submitting it soon after the Oct. 1 open date will increase your chances of receiving scholarships and grants that schools include in aid packages. For the 2020-21 academic year, 56% of families used scholarships to help pay for college, according to Sallie Mae's 2021 How America Pays for College study. Even if you're unsure you'd qualify for free aid, it's still important to fill out the FAFSA. Most people are eligible for federal student loans. However, what varies is need-based aid, which is calculated based on your family's finances. Since this aid comes from limited funds, applying early matters. Here's what you need to know about applying aid sooner rather than later. To get started with the FAFSA now, submitting the FAFSA, particularly if you're the first in your family to do so, can be complicated. It helps to have all of the necessary information to complete the FAFSA before you start filling it out. And if you need additional assistance, there are online and in-person resources to help you complete the FAFSA. Some colleges and universities do select students for scholarships and grants based on a priority basis, and when your FAFSA was received could make a difference, said Joe Cooper of Michigan Technological University in Houghton, Michigan, in an email. Cooper, the executive director of Student Financial Services, added, "If you are able to, completing your FAFSA within the first couple months it's available is usually a best practice. You need to submit the FAFSA every year that you want to be eligible for federal aid." The FAFSA for this upcoming award year, or 2022-23, will remain open until June 30, 2023. If you haven't yet submitted the FAFSA for the 2021-22 award year, it remains open until June 30, 2022. But deadlines can differ for individual institutions and states, so check which deadlines apply to you. Give yourself more time to make a college decision if you haven't enrolled in college yet. You can submit the FAFSA to the schools you're considering and compare your award letters before you choose one. The aid you're offered, including federal and school-based, can differ among colleges. Completing the FAFSA early can also give you more time to appeal your financial aid award by submitting a financial aid appeal letter or requesting a professional judgment, regardless of whether you're submitting it for the first time or not. During the 2020-21 academic year, 29% of families who received a financial aid offer appealed for more aid, according to Sallie Mae's 2021 study. You can submit an appeal letter if you're unhappy with the amount of aid you received or if your economic circumstances have changed since you submitted the FAFSA. Nevertheless, submitting the FAFSA early will ensure financial aid is still available when your letter is processed. Regardless, completing the FAFSA in the first place makes you eligible for the more than $120 billion in federal aid the Department of Education distributes each year. And getting it done early maximizes your potential to be considered for all available financial aid, Cooper said. The free application for federal student aid, FAFSA, is now open for the 2022-23 school year. The FAFSA determines whether you qualify for different types of aid, including grants, scholarships, work study, and loans. Even if you don't think you're eligible for financial aid, you won't know for certain unless you apply. Millions of dollars are left on the table each year by students who don't complete the FAFSA, so it's worth taking time to fill out the form. Here are 5 things you should know before you complete the FAFSA. 1. The FAFSA isn't just for student loans you might think of the FAFSA grants. The federal government offers grants based on exceptional financial need or to members of designated groups. Pell Grants, which are presented to students with significant financial need, have a maximum award of $6,495 for the 2021-22 award year, October 1, 2020 to June 30, 2022. The maximum award for the 2022-23 school year, October 1, 2021 to June 30, 2023, has yet to be announced. Learn more about types of federal grants. Scholarships. Colleges or private organizations may offer scholarships based on factors such as academic merit, athletic achievement, or volunteer experience. You might even land a full ride, so the full cost of your school is covered. Even though scholarships aren't usually based on financial need, schools may still use the FAFSA when crafting your aid package. Work-study. Your total aid package depends on when you apply, your level of financial need, and the amount of money your school has available. Work-study is a type of financial aid that provides part-time positions for students with financial need to earn money for academic expenses. You do not have to accept all of the aid you're offered through the FAFSA. Especially if your aid package includes student loans, take some time to assess your financial situation before agreeing to receive assistance. 2. The earlier you apply for the FAFSA, the better. Some aid, like grants and scholarships, is first come, first served and has finite pools of money available. The longer it takes you to apply, the more likely you are to miss out on forms of aid you don't have to repay. While there aren't limited funds available for loans, they are the least desirable form of aid because you'll need to pay back the loan principal with interest. You can apply for aid for the 2021-22 school year until June 30, 2022, and the FAFSA deadline for the 2022-23 school year is June 30, 2023. Aid can be applied retroactively. 3. FAFSA aid isn't solely based on financial need. There are no defined FAFSA income limits, or cutoffs that determine whether you qualify for financial assistance. Some forms of aid don't depend on financial need. Scholarships are often given out by schools based on factors such as academic merit, athletic achievement, or volunteer experience, not financial need. You'll usually still have to fill out the FAFSA to determine your eligibility for this aid. Direct unsubsidized loans aren't determined by financial need either. The maximum amount you can borrow each academic year in direct unsubsidized loans depends on your year in school and your dependency status, and is between $5,500 and $12,500 for undergraduates. Graduate and professional students can take out $20,500 per year. 4. The FAFSA will only take about 30 minutes to complete. While you may imagine the FAFSA will take hours and hours to fill out, the process is actually